Today's episode of Fantasy Fiction is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/fantasyfiction.
Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Kindle, MP3 player, or Magic Stone.
Today we're recommending A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Impress your friends with real-life magic. Act like you read a long book without any actual reading.
Think of all the masturbating you'll get done.
So if you're enjoying the show, give the free trial a chance. That's audibletrial.com/fantasyfiction. Enjoy the episode. Reese's, put down that merc monk.
But he's my friend.
In the land of fantasy, on the fields of fiction, there roll two knights across the plains. Two thieves of the night, two warriors of honor, in the shadow of the mountain cry their name. Fantasy fiction. Until the deed is done. Fantasy fiction. Until the quest is won. Fantasy fiction. The battle's in our minds. Fantasy fiction. Until the end of time.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fantasy Fiction. My name is Dominic.
My name is Josh.
And today we're telling tales of goblins and behemoths.
Behemoths. That's how I say that word.
I think it's a great way to say
It's a northern dialect. Transatlantean.
North Philagentia. Is that a place?
That's where Paul lives.
That's where Paul
Our
lives.
friend Paul lives in North Philagentia.
Well, before we get into that, Josh, what did you do this week?
Well, this week you and I went to a wedding
Yes, we did.
of somebody who was a guest on this show.
Our friend Zane. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I got really drunk.
I got a little drunk, but then I sobered up. Best sandwiches I've had in a while.
They were good.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't have the grilled cheese, which I heard was amazing.
I think I had a bite of a grilled cheese.
Oh, man, I should've
I say I
just-
think because I also had some wine.
I had
Oh, and that wine was so good.
dude, I had like 5 glasses of wine and I had about like 5 beers. So
That was a good time.
I was very, very not okay the next day. Sounds like a 2-day event. 3-day event, because there was the wedding and you drink, and then there's the next day and you're in bed, and then there was Monday, which I was also in bed.
So let's just say this episode is a little late because it's your fault.
I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that.
It's not.
drunk-
It's actually not Josh's fault. But hey, I'll tell you what I did this week.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft, as probably people know.
Oh my god.
And it's wonderful. We finally got to 90, and my brother helped us through the Siege of Orgrimmar stuff.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that
It's good.
raid is... we used Raid Finder, and it went okay for the most part.
Yeah.
I would say people are very impatient.
Oh,
in
God,
Raid Finder.
yes. In
And I
Raid
feel like
Finder.
you kind of got to have an understanding that, like, anyone can click 2 buttons and get to where you are.
Yeah.
So, like, have a little patience and, explain the fights to people,
Right.
But anyway,
Right.
It's awesome. If you have played World of Warcraft in the past, you enjoy the lore at all, play this content. It's a lot of fun. Everyone's involved on both sides. So as you go through the dungeon, like King Mechatork,
Oh, God.
he zaps some mobs into squirrels and helps you run
That's
past them.
fantastic.
It's a lot of fun. Everybody helps out. It's really cool. And
Oh, man.
the fights are a lot of fun. The fights, I would say, are some of the most fun fights I've had in Warcraft.
Really?
Yeah.
I was big into the WoW, and then I wasn't allowed to hang out with my WoW friends anymore, because it's like when you're addicted to heroin, you can't go to opium den.
You're not allowed to go hang out with your friends there anymore.
Yeah. But now you want me to come back,
Well, because Draenor's coming out in
I
like 2
know.
days.
and I could just like I could just like make a character and just boost it to 90, right? So I could just pick any character. I could just make one up. A new guy, character.
New guy, you can boost it to 90. This episode is not sponsored by World of Warcraft, but if they would like to sponsor this episode,
I think my life is sponsored by... I need a sponsor because of World of Warcraft.
but I'm stoked for the expansion.
The expansion.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really excited about the content because I got invited to the beta and I didn't play because I want to be surprised when I play it with my friends.
I like that. I like that you do that because like I never wanted to play betas for that reason. I played the Knights of the Old Republic or the Old Republic beta, and like you get to like the first like end of the planet, and then when the game comes out, you're like, I just want to get past this because I know this.
I already got through all this.
I did this already.
Yeah,
so that's cool. You know,
yeah.
I respect that.
But it should be fun. I showed you that photo that came out today.
Oh, of the ad campaign.
Yeah, they must have spent so much money on this ad campaign. They've been playing commercials during football,
which is crazy.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But also they had just today. I think it showed up today. There's like a taxi cab in Times Square with like an accident. It's real cool, real well done.
Who makes more money, the NFL or World of Warcraft?
The NFL.
The NFL makes all
the NFL
money.
wants to expand to a global sport. That's what all this UK stuff
it's
is.
crazy.
By the way, guys, sidebar. We're going to talk a tiny bit of football.
Yes.
Don't you love it? Every year when they take a low market team, a team that doesn't sell out, and puts them in England, and then they're like, we'll have the Cowboys beat them. And they'll be like, oh my God, the Cowboys beat the Jaguars. Right. It was amazing. They must be the best team in the world.
Don't you guys want this?
Don't you guys want the Cowboys?
Have some McDonald's. Eat some French fries and watch some football.
We're a nonprofit. We don't pay taxes. Fuck the NFL, honestly. I love the Eagles, but fuck the rest of the NFL. Not the teams.
It's ridiculous.
The organization.
It's really ridiculous because like they don't care. They don't care that like Monday night games will never be played in London because they'll be playing at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous. You'll never have a night game in London. The only night games you'll have in London will be day games in the United States.
Well, the absolute dream of the NFL is that football is on 24/7 on the NFL Network.
That would
live.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
They were like, if you could give them that option, of course they say yes. They'd be making so much money.
Well, they were talking about moving more football. They're talking about moving the Raiders to San Antonio.
Oh, perfect state. Place.
That's where they need them.
Well, a basketball team wins there every year, and like nobody cares.
Nobody
about
gives
it.
a fuck.
Now, I don't want to say about the San Antonio fans. I'm sure they have very great fans.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest of the nation is like, where is that? Is that
right.
in Texas?
Is that like Houston? Did they mean Houston?
they have a basketball dynasty in these last few years.
I know.
And like nobody talks about them. It's
They're
crazy.
like great. They've been good for like 15 years. They've been good. The Spurs,
and they deserve it.
I don't think they do.
Well, with that, Josh. Oh, I guess we kind of got to give a little preface here.
Oh, yes.
So, the show is ever changing, and we're always trying new things because that's the fun of making stuff, guys. And, we did something. And,
don't be afraid.
We invite you to enjoy this tale of fantasy. Fantasy. Say fantasy with me. Fiction. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chamber of Knowledge's library.
Wait.
You're supposed to say that.
I didn't know we had a library. We have a library?
You are in it.
Wait. No. I haven't moved all day like normal. Like I normally don't do.
No, you came downstairs with me, and you came into the library. We are surrounded by books.
We have stairs?
Yes, you walk down them. You walk past them. They're right next to your room.
I have no memory of this place.
I hate you.
What are we doing?
We are reading a tale. We were asked to read a tale of fantasy because those idiots that do that show, they ran out of ideas.
Yes, they did.
They are dried up. They dried up real quick.
They are scraping the bottom of the barrel, so to speak.
Couple of a-holes, if you ask me.
I hate them.
Well, we went into our library. We took out a tale that happened to deal with goblins and behemoths. I don't know why we cooperate with these folk, but...
Well, we need, the exposure, and they give us certain perks.
True, kind of. I don't know what you're talking about, but I just agree with you.
I get to see boobs. They send
He send you boobs?
like side boob. Oh yes.
Side boob?
Yes.
What about under boob?
Oh, definitely under boob. If it's like a swimsuit like calendar, there's always under.
You're like swimming in boob over there.
it's a glorious time to be alive.
Anyway, we have a tale, and here it is. This is the beginning of the tale. Ready? Here we go. In a land unknown to most, even I, the narrator, don't know where it is. How about that shit? That's like top-level mystery. Anyway, in an unknown land, the moons were setting? I can't tell. There are so many mysterious clouds in the sky. It's really dark out. Hang on, I got a match here. Okay, moving on. Dear Penthouse, you won't believe what happened to me next. It'll make your mama say, hey, hang on, this is the wrong scroll. Reese's.
Hold on, I've got the scroll here. Here it is. Dear Merkhouse, you will not believe.
Oh dear shit, what is that a picture of?
That was the style some time ago. That's how they wore that.
Wait, hang on a second. Okay, yes, I found it. This is the right scroll. Back to the mystery land.
Okay, I'll read this next part. We'll switch like that. It was a mysterious time, and a small group of goblin hunters were out for a hunt for puss. Bear puss. They want to kill a bear. I don't know if that was clear. They aren't fucking bears. Anyway, there were 5 hunters altogether, and they were all pretty boring, except for one whose name was Rook. That's just a cool name. Rook the Night Chess Pieceman. RC for short. He was a goblin from the land of Daranus. He traveled up north to this new mysterious land for mysterious reasons. Probably for a bone car show. Or job relocation. Whatever it may have been, Rook was getting to know his fellow hunters.
My lips are getting chapped, said Crust.
Well, if you wouldn't lick your lips every time you saw a goddamned animal, replied Bruce.
It's not my fault they keep miraging into delicious, piping hot meals right before my eyes, said Crust, who was usually someone else's problem. Quiet, all of you, boomed the tallest goblin. Need I remind you that we are all hunting for puss? I mean, bears. Bear puss. I don't know if I made this clear, but I'm not fucking bears. I'm just gonna shoot them. I don't know where that puss thing came from. It was just in my head, I guess. Anyway, shut up! The goblins stopped their bickering immediately, for the tallest goblin was, surprise, the leader. As per Goblin Guild rules. The tall goblin's name was Ace the Diamond Cardamon. It was getting dark when suddenly a roar echoed throughout the forest. Ace motioned for the group to hold their positions and to ready their weapons. It was a complicated motion, and they all knew what it meant.
Rook notched an arrow with his bow. Bruce drew his dual machetes that had taken care of my responsibilities written on them. In blood. While Crust reached into his backpack and wielded his 2-handed frying pan, which had over easy written on it. In egg yolk. Another roar was heard further off. The group stood still when another roar was heard even further off. The group collectively sighed as they relaxed. Just a couple of bears run fucking, said Bruce. It's mating season and the beginning of hibernation. They're probably run fucking into a nice, warm cave.
Man, that was scary. My dick got so hard, pee almost came out, said Crust.
Does your dick get hard when you pee? Asked Rook.
It has to, answered Crust, who turned to some pine cones and began licking his lips once more.
What could they be turning into? Thought Rook as he watched the little food perv when suddenly 2 bear arms reached down from the tree Crust was standing under and pulled him up.
Oh shit, my hard peen's pissin'! Screamed Crust as he disappeared into the tree. Blood was falling out of the tree like red, mysterious rain when fingers, hands, arms, and legs followed. The group watched in shock as the bear dropped out of the tree, holding what was left of Crust in a vicious pile driver. Then, still holding Crust, the bear spun rapidly backwards and shot back up into the tree in some kind of reverse pile driver that probably fucks you up real bad. Also, the bear had an eye patch, so you know it hurts when he beats you up, or he rips your body apart. Whatever.
Snickerdoodle, you know what doesn't hurt? The love of a good woman.
What does that have to do with anything? Reese, you are interrupting.
I just figured I'd add some positivity. I mean, this is a pretty scary scene. It's pretty violent, pretty sad. That could have been someone's brother-in-law. I'm just trying to, stay positive, as they say.
Well, let's continue and see where this goes.
Does anyone care that just happened? Asked Bruce. None of us liked him. I mean, I sure as hell didn't. And I was his brother-in-law. I say was because I know his dead ass ain't coming back. That tree bear is still, said Rook as he was interrupted by the piercing sound of an arrow flying into the tree. The arrow struck, and out of the tree fell the tree bear with crusty yellow blood all over him. Or was it pee?
I don't gamble. I only take sure shots, said Ace, the diamond cardman, which is out of character if you consider his name as about playing cards, but whatever, he was born for this. No one mourned the death of Crust, so they skinned the animal and collected the usable meat and moved on with their lives guilt-free. Ace followed the run-fucking roars through the forest as his hunters accompanied him. The party was getting tense. Penises got small. That happens to you, right? When you're scared, your penis goes away.
No, it does not.
Oh, well, me neither.
Then why did you say it's Snickerdoodle?
I was just checking to see if it was something you do, because I'm interested in your life.
I'm interested in getting this over with, so let's please move on, Snickerdoodle.
Okay, well, that's a great idea.
The party arrived at a massive cave. I'm talking huge, like Epcot huge. In scale, but not in presentation. They stood in wonder at it. What could live here? It was a mystery. The ground began to rumble. Out of the cave stepped a behemoth bear. A behemoth. He bear swatted at Bruce, who wasn't paying attention. His clothes ripped off entirely, and you could barely see his dick.
See?
All right. I was fibbing when I said it never happened to me.
I knew it. The bear swatted again, and all that stood in Bruce's place was a skeleton. You could barely see his dick. The behemoth pulled back and let out a roar so loud that the other hunters fell to the ground, barely alive. Rook and Ace raced over to them. One hunter gathered the strength to sit up and whispered, "He roared cancer into our bodies." Then his eyes rolled into the back of his head, and they died together. "Shit," said Ace as he drew his bow and started rapid-firing arrows at the behemoth. The arrows did nothing as the behemoth turned his snarling jowls to the diamond. The behemoth opened his mouth as Ace ran right up his tongue and into his belly. He was never heard from again. That was dumb. Rook was scared, but he knew what he had to do. He reached for his quiver and drew an arrow of black, given to him by his step-uncle. Or maybe it was just a friend of the family. I can't remember.
Snickerdoodle, do you know if you have an uncle, but he's not really your uncle? You just call him your uncle?
No.
Me neither. I was just testing. Moving on.
All right. Rook fired the black arrow right into the behemoth's left eye. Then it exited out his right eye. He put some major English on that arrow. The behemoth roared as he cloaked. He fucking shit, this bear could just go invisible. The Rook fled to the boats that led the hunters to this mysterious island and set sail. He would never return.
He would never return home or to the island? That's a misplaced modifier. Who wrote this?
Idiots, presumably. The end. Well, I'm glad we've managed a way to waste people's time today with this shit.
First of all, I don't know how we even got a library. I don't know how I got into it. And I don't know how we picked this story. So I would say we are successful at wasting not only their time, but our time. Who's going to wheel me back up into my bed?
I'll do it. You complain a lot. Look, this is just an easy way for us to make some extra cash for you-know-what.
What did we get for this? And what are we talking about? What are we saving for? Oh, you're winking at me. Oh, that means I should, that's like the international sign for, I know what, you know what it is, but I don't.
Wink.
Now I know. Now I got it.
I thought you needed a little sound effect.
Well, we're back again. It's us again. It's me, Reese's the Wise.
And me, old Snickerdoodle, we went upstairs.
I was wheeled back upstairs and I finally understood what the wink was, so we're ready to go for the next segment of the show, which
is?
The Chamber
of Knowledge. That's right. You sent in questions. We've got the scrolls that they came in on. A bird delivered it, probably an owl. I don't remember. I stopped caring because we've been doing this for a long time. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of bird brings me my scrolls.
As long as it's a majestic bird. I mean, I don't want, like, a bat bringing me it. Well, maybe I do.
You know what? I just don't want it to be one of those hoppy men.
Yes.
Those man hoppies that just wear no clothes and
they have
fly around with their talons. It's disgusting.
Tiny wieners.
That go inside their bodies when it gets cold. First scroll. First scroll comes from Math Hot. Or is that Matt Hot?
It might be. I think it's Math Hot.
Oh, this is a fudge scroll. Must have been one of those man hoppies.
Man hoppy with the dick jizz all over it.
I don't remember saying there was jizzing.
I do. I remember thinking it.
Hey, if it's got a dick,
it'll jizz.
That would say it. He asks, how many types of magic are there?
Well, in Daranos, there's fire, earth, air, water, heart, kitten spells, blood sugar, sex magic spells, and lasers.
Lasers? That's a pretty good one.
Yes, that's like moon magic.
That's fascinating. Well, in Orkspire, we don't have lasers.
Okay.
What kind of magicians use lasers in Daranos?
Like really flashy ones, like David Copperfield.
More like David Copperfield, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I bet he has.
On himself.
Oh,
because
damn.
the old saying says anything. If it has a dick, it'll jizz. Well, in Orkspire, there are seriously like 47 damn different types of magic, but if you really need to know, you only need to know one, and that's Magic Johnson. Next scroll
is from Ronnie Le Cheminette. I am probably butchering that. I don't know. I think that's French.
Hey, write it in runes next time,
yes.
A language we can read.
Exactly. He says, I don't have the rest of this question.
Well, your scroll is incomplete. Let me just put a little spell on it, and I'll read it.
Okay.
You got Wife Bones and Battle Keg, but who are the best hip-hop artists in Orkspire and Daranos?
In Daranos, we have, of course, the up-and-coming rapper Ludacris. We heard a tale about him, I believe. And we have a female rapper named Twiggy Mirage Misdemeanor Lil Slim Jim.
Little Slim Jim. Is that all one word, or is that a group, or?
There's hyphens.
Oh. I like the Little Slim Jim part.
Snap into it.
It makes me feel comfortable about my cold wiener that goes inside my body.
Whatever brings you comfort is, any port in a storm, I guess.
That's what they say. Right after they say that other thing. Well, in Orkspire,
Yes.
the best R&B artist, we don't have hip-hop yet, we haven't evolved, is still Diamond the Orc.
Diamond, yes. He is not only talented, but bodily talented.
Yes, he's got quite the bod. It's like one of those R&B artists that you see on the Aussie
D'Angelo.
Ball. That video. You know.
I know which video I masturbated to. You're talking about.
He's got a video just like that. Diamond does.
Diamond. I wouldn't mind seeing that on the Aussie Ball. Let's cue that one up.
Next scroll.
Next scroll is from Robert Kernkamp. He asks, what are the signature drinks in Orkspire and Daranos?
Well, in Orkspire, we have lime slush puppy, blue slush puppy. Both are swell. But other than that, there's also Teats milk, which is alcoholic.
Teats milk?
Teats milk.
Oh. How old do you have to be to drink Teats milk?
Any age.
Oh my god. It's so good. Let's get some.
You could be -1 and have some Teats milk.
I'm a -1, if you know what I mean, because my one just went inside my body.
Did you get scared or cold or what happened? What made that happen? You got too excited that it reversed?
Yes. Does this happen to you?
No. Never. What are some signature drinks in Daranos?
In Daranos we have dumpster juice. It's from Grawl. It's just trash juice.
Oh, it's just, how is it?
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's like a 5.
It's 5 out of 100 or
5 out of 13. 13 being, everyone knows the number 13. It's a lucky number. I'll make you some later.
I don't think you need to make it. I think you kind of just have to drain it.
I was going to use your old rags from your bathwater, and then that's like the base.
That is not garbage. Those rags are worth money one day.
I noticed you selling them on WizBay.
Yeah, I am. Next scroll. Dylan Sumner asks, what were your jobs before you got the Chamber of Knowledge jobs?
We've always been here. There's no other jobs. This was our destiny, and
All right.
our birthright. Mm-hmm. I will always be here. No one will dethrone me. Reese's the wise. Maybe Slickadoodle because he's he might hit it big on WizBay with his jizz rags.
Yeah, what? They are not jizz rags.
Oh.
Okay, they are artifacts.
I've been using them as jizz.
Wizard artifacts. We have always been here.
Yes.
As I've said before, I was raised by birds and dropped here. So this is it.
That's how we became friends.
By not becoming friends, by just having to be near each other.
It's like that old saying: the best friends are the worst of friends.
Yes.
If it jizzes, it whizzes.
That's old doctor saying in your land. If it jizzes, it whizzes, and that means everything's A-okay.
Yep.
And with that is all the information you shall receive, and frankly, I believe you've received too much of it, including information about your own land that you probably didn't want to know. But now you've got that information. You asked for this.
This was your idea.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to take some photos and list some things on WizBay.
I'll be in my room, not remembering we had a library or any of this thing that we did today.
Me neither. Goodbye. Well, that's one more episode of Fantasy Fiction, and it was a little different. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
Please let us know what you thought.
Yes.
Because we like to have fun, obviously. So far, all the fun we've had, you've enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed this, but let us know, and maybe we'll do it again, or I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
But I just wanted to say, we didn't get a chance to say on the last episode because I was very distracted by my very loud Italian family having a family dinner downstairs right below where we were trying to record.
It was like a Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning in an Italian family household having a dinner.
At 6 p.m. on a Sunday. Let's.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was at 6 p.m. We just watched the Eagles game. But I was too distracted by all of that. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for supporting the show, for listening to the show, for telling your friends about it. You know, we had a year of the show, and we really had a year of the show because of you guys, because you guys listen to it, you enjoy it so much. We want to do it. We do it for ourselves. Obviously, we like to make each other laugh, but we want to be able to bring you something you enjoy, and also that forces us to make stuff.
Be creative, exactly.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you to anyone who's bought a t-shirt or just even told their friend to listen to the show. Wrote a review, all of that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Josh, do you want anything you wanted to add to that?
I would like to say also thank you from my own voice, because that matters. When you say it, it matters more to you.
I'm not just going to speak on your behalf.
Right.
You know, let them have it. Tell them what you're thankful for.
Thank you for buying shirts, leaving reviews, even checking it out on YouTube and on wherever else. Podomatic, iTunes, wherever. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, you said it right. Thank you. But speaking of all that stuff, guys, if you wanted to get a t-shirt, you can visit our web store at fantasyfiction.bigcartel.com. We have a bunch of stuff up on there. We just got stickers in. They're going to be going up on the site soon. They
were someone's wedding present this week, and it was the best wedding present ever.
Yep. I didn't bring a card to Zane's wedding, so I just put a bumper sticker in.
There was a Tesla at this wedding that people were driving around, like just driving it to drive it. And I said that we should put the bumper sticker right on the brand new Tesla. It's a $70,000 car.
I think he'll enjoy it.
It would have been a $90,000 car if we would have put a bumper sticker on it.
That's right. They would have known that car had wizards. You could also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can just search Fantasy Fiction on Facebook and you'll find us. Or if you want to follow us on Twitter, we are at FantasyFicPod. And we usually read the tweets pretty regularly, so if you contact us on either one, we usually will be able to see it. You can also send us a Facebook message. That's fine, too. You can also send us an email if you have any comments. And that email is fantasyficpod@gmail.com. We have a ton of emails we have to go through and actually respond to, but if you write, we will respond. It'll just
we put our jammies on. We get some milk,
cocoa and milk,
hot toddy,
and we sit by the fire and we answer it.
And
just
we chuckle,
kind of like Reese's and Snickerdoodle,
kind of,
just not as funny. Wait, isn't it funny at all? I don't.
It's more like an adult would do, you know, like people who, you know, have responsibilities and aren't idiots in a tower all day.
Yeah, seriously. But
fuck them.
Fuck them. If you guys write, we'll get back to you. It just might take a little bit. Also, if you wanted to support the show just a little bit more, you wanted to leave an iTunes review, that helps us out. We're going to read a couple.
Let's do it.
Let's see. This one is titled The Best by Green Ranger's Big Smelly Dick. Which is a reference to last week's. Yeah. This is quite possibly one of the best podcasts I've listened to. The prompts and the stories are always fantastic and chaotic. You can really hear the bond between Josh and Dom because we kiss lively on the show.
There's a lot of that spit sound.
On air kissing. Between Josh and Dom when they are telling the stories and the complete hilarity that ensues. I would highly recommend this to anyone who just wants a good laugh, even if you don't enjoy the fantasy genre. If you don't enjoy the fantasy genre, what's wrong with you? You don't like swords?
Yeah, there's
and
something.
Stuff?
Yeah,
I mean, sci-fi is cool, but like, oh man, fantasy is so.
Fantasy's
cool.
great.
But thank you, Green Ranger's Big Smelly Dick. Thank you so much for leaving that great review. I really appreciate it. Josh really appreciate it.
I would say that I never expected to hear that name, but I would be a lie.
That would be a lie.
All right, next one. Over 9,000 stars out of 5. So that's not a 5. That's not a 5 out of 5. It's by insert random name here. A friend told me about this podcast a few weeks ago, and I've been listening to it every trip between home, school, and work. I finally caught up, and now I have no idea what to do with my life while I'm driving. That's what I think every day. Maybe it's time to start back at episode 1. These guys are amazing at what they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This is very flattering.
That's
and
awesome.
Thank you to everyone who has, again, supported the show in any shape or form. To anyone who's even listened to the show and never listened to another episode.
Right.
Hey, thanks for giving us a shot.
Yeah.
If this is that episode, hey, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're sorry we disappointed you.
Yeah. I'm sorry for everything.
But also we have, finally, prompts.
We
Josh.
do.
We have Vagabond, suggested by Taylor Dirks.
It's like hobos.
A hobo or a nomad.
Or a wanderer.
Or, nomad, vagabond, call me what you will. I believe that's what the James Hetfield has said. Also, we have Crowns, not the drawing
Not
kind.
crayons.
Not crayons. Crowns. Suggested by Devin Loki Householder, which is, as you pointed out,
The realest name ever made.
the realest name that's ever been made. Forged, I would say, on an anvil.
On the anvil?
On an.
On
anvil.
an-
Not the. I don't want, not the band Anvil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, by the way,
That would kill them.
that would kill them. That would destroy them. Mm-hmm. I watched a pretty good. This is a little bit of WoW talk before we
Okay,
go.
that's fine. I'm ready.
You should watch, and I would suggest this to anyone. The Lords of War.
Yeah.
The cartoons. I
Yeah.
guess it's kind of cartoons. They're like animatics.
Animatics, yeah.
That they did on the World of Warcraft channel.
I watched one of them.
If you like fantasy at all, which I hope you do, you're listening to the show, they are incredible. I love them. You should watch the whole series. The last one is really rad.
Yeah, they looked really cool. Like the one that I saw, I was like, all right. I started somewhere in like the middle, so I didn't really know what was happening.
They're all kind of standalone. There's one story that follows it all. If you watch the last one, you'll want to watch the ones prior to lead up to that. But they're great. Also, there's a World of Warcraft documentary. One more time. I haven't watched a lot of World of Warcraft stuff.
Warcraft, just pay us money.
Just give us
to play the game.
Just give me an in-game mount. No, but there is a cool documentary that I think you'll appreciate because you played when the game came out.
Yeah.
And it's called Looking for Group. It's also on the World of Warcraft channel. It's about an hour long. They premiered it at BlizzCon.
Okay, yeah. That sounds good. I will do that. And it'll make me want to play with you because I already do, because I love drugs.
Hey, Josh, I know I've been egging this on hard, but if you don't play, I'll kill you with love.
Well, if I play, I'll die from not eating. So either way.
But if you do play, let me know. I'm on Moonguard. It is the highest
RP
rated
population?
erotic role-playing server. It actually is. It's known as
the erotic
for
one.
its erotic roleplay. So.
I don't see why I wouldn't want to go to this. This sounds exactly like what I need in my life.
If you go to Goldshire,
yeah.
it's filthy in there. Have we talked about this?
Yeah, well, Corey was telling me about it.
Oh yeah, it's don't go to the basement, man. That's where the freaky stuff happens. I've been hit on a number of times on that server.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, my one character's name is Joanna Man. So, which is based off of the
movie.
The movie. So maybe they're like, "Oh, I've seen that movie. That's funny. I'll talk to him." Or they're into the idea of role playing with like a Tootsie kind of.
A Tootsie, bosom buddies.
Yeah. And who doesn't? Come on.
Well, I'm in. I'm signing up right now.
Come on.
Turn
Let's
this
go.
podcast off.
Yeah, all right. Well, with that said, guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you have a good week. And before we go,
just remember, like the bumper sticker on that Tesla now says, keep on wizarding.
keep on wizarding down the wizard road.
I'm gonna fuck a dude in a wig on the internet.
Come and kiss me, I'm a night elf. And I can turn into a cat. Keep on wizarding, everyone. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.